got my first motorcycle in about 1978. It was a Kawasaki 250. And on the first day, I put a big dent in the tank. Pulling it in my parents' driveway, I slipped on the grass and slammed my knee on the side of it and put a big dent in it. So I should have probably given it up at that time, but I didn't.
One day he had said to me, he goes, I like riding because if I get what is called like writer's block, but it was also artist block because they have the same thing. I mean, it's a creativity process. He said, I can get on my bike and I can ride and it just blows the cobwebs out. And I come back and I feel, you know, rejuvenated and I can kind of start to create again.
The whole family rides. Sharon actually rides 1936 VLH, and she also just recently got a 1915 Harley-Davidson, and we're going to ride those together in the race of the century. But Olivia and Alexa both ride too as well, and they're great riders.
A dream ride for me might be, I'd say just riding down the coast with the ocean next to me the whole time. No cars. No cars on the road and the ocean. Maybe I'd have to go to an island for that. Rent a bike in an island and windy, you know, mountain roads with the water right there. That would, yeah, that's my dream.
I love my bike. I don't want to get rid of it, to be honest. Everybody that's ridden it, I'd say about 5 to 10 of my dad's friends have ridden my bike and they all come back like, oh my God, your bike is so comfortable. I've got mini apes on it, they're stock. I put a tractor seat on it that's not stock, that thing was uncomfortable. And I got these amazing pipes that it just sounds so nice.
My favorite bike currently is the one that's behind me. It's a 1915 Harley-Davidson F11 with a sidecar box, and there's only a few of them in the world. It won the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance about 4 years ago, and it hasn't actually been ridden or even had gas or oil in it in 20 years now. I haven't been riding much lately. I've just been traveling around the world making appearances and things like that, so it's really cramped my motorcycle style. But we try to as much as we can, you know, on the weekend, and it's awesome when we can have the girls join us too. 4 of us get out there, and it's just, you know, you blow the cobwebs out. You know, I did a painting called Panacea, and the reason I called it Panacea, it was a painting of a motorcycle. The word panacea means a cure for what ails you. And I think when you're on a motorcycle on the open road and it's just you and the bike, it's a panacea. You know, the bikes have been, motorcycling has been a huge part of my life, not only because I've been riding since I was a teenager, but it's become my job for my entire life. You know, I paint a lot of different styles of art. I do wine art, I do flowers, I do women in masks, I do cars, but 100 years from now, if you go into an art book or anything and have artists from this era, I'm going to be known as the Harley artist. You know, so that's part of my legacy, so it's a very important thing to me personally, but for our whole family.
When he behaves, I love him. I really do. And he's fun. He tests you all the time. Every 80 miles you have to drain the oil. And that's done on the other side, which is a fun little mechanism that you can't really get to, so I had to devise a way of using to get it depressed. And I would keep a cup in my saddlebag that had measurements 2, 4, 6, 8 ounces so that I could keep track of how much oil is getting out. This is your oil fill, and this is actually what faulted me and the cannonball. Sees my pistons. And it wasn't working properly because of the seal. But every 80 miles you drain the oil and you have to replenish it. So it's, you know, it's tough. It's not an easy ride. Everything's in the wrong place, you know, hand brake and a shifter here and a clutch down at your foot, and you know, where's your handbrake over here? And it's just weird, but it's really fun.
My dad recently has bought a lot of the classical bikes, which I personally love. I think he just enjoys like looking at them. I know they are way more challenging for him to paint because it's not, you know, the perfect chrome, the perfect paint job. They have chips and there's crooked springs and just rusty areas that challenge him more in the painting aspect. And I feel like him painting them over the last couple years has intrigued him to maybe actually physically ride them and be a part of them.
I feel like the Cannonball Run made him become obsessed with it, and he's all about investing, and obviously I think that's a good thing to do. I want to invest in plenty of things and learn from him, but it's kind of funny. It's like been in the last year or so that he's like, I bought 5 new bikes and they're all 100 years old. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do with them? Because you can't ride 12 bikes. It's kind of funny.
And there's no room in our garages. I went to pull into my garage the other day, well, a couple weeks ago, and garage door opens and there's Olivia's car, our 2 motorcycles, and my dad's motorcycle right perfectly in my spot. I'm like,
that bike doesn't even work though. That's like a 95. It's too new
6.
to be ridden.
It's huge.
And I think the battery's completely dead and the tires are all flat, and it's like a display piece. He and Arlen Ness kind of designed it together, and
Huge motorcycle. That's like
with
as
an
big as my car.
impossible clutch. Holy crap.
That's why he doesn't ride it.
Pulling that clutch in, I can't even pull the
I have
clutch
to do
in.
with both hands.
Yeah. Imagine trying to ride it like, shift.
Ow.